afternoon, everybody. Merran McCrae took a hook yet, I see. Not enough rapid response team either, MPs as yet. Oh, hold up. Oh, I'm alright today. I'm not kidding you, right? It's true this. I thought I'll make a shepherd's pie. I'm not kidding you, I nearly threw a box and I'm a tryptoline in it. I did, I'm not. Has anybody ever suffered with that sciatica? Ooh. I couldn't finish it off. I couldn't to put a bit of cheese on it. Isn't it cruel? What a cruel pain. What a cruel pain. I tell you what I'm going to talk, because I want to keep on this flood theme, you know. I want to just tell you a bit more how things work, because you've got to understand, for 15 years, that's basically, I dealt with all of it, you know. All them sites I told you about. But anyway, I'll just go through it, because sometimes I'll probably miss some, because there's so much about it, and this is why I said watch all videos, because you'll look back and think, yeah, it makes sense now why they were, you know, spending money, wanting to get rid of him. That's why we couldn't get this done. But I'll tell you what happened years ago. Oh, there were floods happened in 2007, do you know, big floods? And it was like, oh, do you know what, council, what, right, go and blog this, do this. So I said to him, look, there needs to be some kind of a maintenance thing done. Yeah, no problem, yeah, So, you know, the idea was we're going to clean out dikes with diggers in, and it set off, you know, we're doing quite some of that. You know, some were getting done, because they were shit in this end, really, you know what I mean? People ringing in, I'm flooding, but they're not bothered, really, as you'll see. And at one point, right, they actually had a kid, a bloke, Bruce Woodcock, a lovely bloke, and he was actually a watercourse inspector, and his job, every morning he'd go round, he used to go all over districts everywhere, and he'd ring up, oh, there's something needs sorting here in a dike, or something needs pulling out of a dike, because you won't believe stuff that gets thrown in. And it were all good and well, you know what I mean? And this is where this maintenance thing comes, you know. I said, what we need to do, I said, you need to get some kind of maintenance thing going. I said, every couple of weeks, no, every month will be good enough. So, I spoke to him about it. Yeah, what do you think? I said, well, basically, obviously you need to clean out grills, trash screens, and it's a good idea then, you know, clean about 100 metres at that. You know, if there's any blockages around, because the obvious thing, innit, you've got a grill here that, you know, when water gets to it, what happens when it rains? It just brings everything down dike, doesn't it? You know, and it just plugs up, water can't go nowhere, top, flood, you know, all that. Yeah, so it's all good. Anyway, when all this started coming out, you know, when I stopped and spending thousands on my account and all of that, if you watch videos, you'll see. Anyway, they started on at me, but they thought they were doing me a bad turn, you know, reducing what work and things like that, because this list was a lot longer. It was a lot longer than this list, you know, it goes, that's all of it district, and there's more. So basically, they started stopping doing a bit of this, doing that, and do you know what the worst things they did? Don't bother about looking at dike, just clean grill. I says, grill ain't your problem, really. I says, it's what comes at your grill. I says, you need to, well, we're cutting back a bit, same as with machines, clean it down. If anybody rings up about, oh, we'll have a look at it, you know, that's what attitude it was. So your son got forgot, you know, after floods, which you all stuff. So basically, it starts off well, but as I said, they reduce it down and they stop this and stop that. Because a lot of you out there, what they'll tell you is this, they'll say, water was so overwhelming, it wouldn't have made any difference anyway, if we'd have cleaned this, but it would. It would, they're just down outliers. And there's so many sites, and I'm going to tell you lots about all sorts, but in general, basically, I had a team go out, and they were out a lot on that, but the monthly maintenance were doing all, you know, making sure grills were clean and that, but as I said, they cut that down. Don't bother with cleaning dikes, it don't matter. And I thought, well, you're just asking for trouble here, that's just stupidity. And then it got worse than that. It was, when you get anything out of that, just throw it outside. I said, well, what's good throwing it outside? If you get a lot of rain, it's just going to come back in. Well, you know, we're cutting back with this, you know, when I tell you about box cutbacks, you know, these are some of them that put you at jeopardy, you know, with flooding. So it ended up then, and let me tell you this, me and lads who work for me, I'll tell you what public never will know, because they try to take credit for things. we used to be out there sometimes, you know, in his own hours, you know, because we knew everything, where everything was, you know, and we'd be out there, you know, helping people, you know, trying to make people safe. And this, you know, put a stop to it. And you've got to remember these names: Nick Fothergill, Paul Madison, and their boss, Graham West. I'll tell you about that Graham West. There's some terrible things to tell you about him. Really nasty man. The others are, but he is as well. So, because he's supposed to oversee it anyway, so they're cutting things back. And I'll give you an instance, right? I'll tell you about just a quickie. Stanley. And everybody up Stanley, you'll know what I mean. Across from Old Grove Park pub, Line Pit Lane, at the end of Line Pit Lane, there's a dyke in the field, and it goes into through a trash screen into a grill, and it travels on then to Calder. And basically this one, I'll just show you something. This one basically, we used to clean it, and people might have seen my truck parked up road, and what we used to do, you clean it because it used to get full of, not just leaves, but also, so I'd take them to the truck, you know, we had a massive tub, and I used to go to take things to tip. No, just throw it on side. We'll have somebody from council just pick it up. You could go a month later and it'd still be there, you know what I mean? And it'd just a bit of wind, it all leaves back in. No concern at all. I'll just give you, if you can see this, right, this picture, this is at end of Line Pit Lane. Basically, I'll show you what happens. Do you know when, I hope you can see this, when it starts backing up with leaves and that, this is how it gets. I don't know if you can see that alright, I'm hoping you can. And then like this, you know, so water starts backing up, you know, it starts flooding and all that, yeah? But what used to happen as well, what they don't tell you about, when it goes through that grill, it ends up at Calder. And that were on our list. We used to go there, clean grill it. It didn't take long, but we used to clean that grill as well. So obviously when water comes from Line Pit Lane or wherever, keeps going, grill's clean at River Calder, so it goes away. It's not our job. I said, well, we've done it for 10 years. Well, it's Yorkshire Waters now, but the trouble with that, you know, they don't check up on that at all. Because I went down afterwards and it was still, it was bad, blocked up bad. I cleared it and they'd not tell me. I used to do things like, I used to think, oh, bollocks to them. It's not right on people, this, if the flood. So they just, oh, leave that. And the other thing was, what people might not know at Stanley, do you know where Stanley Marsh is? Well, outside there's some open ground. And about 5 years ago, they had me go out with digging trilos, and what they were going to do is make that a flood storage area. You know, for water, you know, and then it'd slowly go away. Did some work out there, trilos, you know, they spent a few grand, you know, looking at stuff. And all of a sudden, no, we're not going to bother. I said, why? There's a piping way. I said, well, a pipe can be moved, that ain't going to stop you. Well, it's going to cost a bit too much, so just so you know, all you lot up Stanley, there were going to be something put there, like, you know, flood storage. So now, well, it costs too much and that. I thought, well, what you been looking at doing it for? And piping way, you know, it could get a bit more costly. Not bothered about your flooding, either. But do you know what gets me most? Like I said, you can, if you look at this picture, right? If you look at this picture, again, hold on. If you look at it closely, you'll see on banking out leaves. That's what they do. They have you just throw out leaves up on side and things like that. No, instead of taking them away. And that, basically, is what happened with most at watercourses. They started saying, just throw it up on side. And you'll say, well, I have an account at Tip. For years it used to go to Tip. No. So they stop you cleaning dikes, really. They stopped machines going cleaning them properly. They stopped us just basically cleaning out and just said, look at grills. And most of them just throw it on side. I mean, you know, that's why a lot of people flood and get problems. And they'll say, well, we do this, we go out, we send men out. No, they don't. They reduced a lot of it, you know. They reduced hell of a lot of it. And doesn't it make sense why? Because they want fucking money in their office, don't they? For the courses and, you know, to squander on the friends, as I've shown you. I'll just show you something from Line Pit Lane. This will interest. Hold on, where is it? Just read this from Wine Pit Lane. This is when you had last had a flood up there. This is what I wrote to them, right? And I hope you can see this. And I hope you can see how it's tough. I hope I've got that all right for you, yeah. But that's what I wrote to them, and do you know why? Because I saw a picture on Facebook of that car, and somebody said, oh, a tree had fell on it. And all that concern, and I wrote to them about it, you can see. Still not bothered. But the point is, like I said, throw its stuff on banking and basically, ending up with like that. You can see water backing up, can't you? So it's obvious, it's just going to keep going. And as I said, and even when you clean it properly, as it gets colder and it can't get away there. And I know what they're going to say to you, well, it's not ours, it's Yorkshire water. The trouble is, that's no good for people of Stanley, is it? When we've done it for 10 years, and why did they stop us taking it away? Why did they stop us cleaning all the water courses? Why did they stop all maintenance, with diggers and that, keeping things safe? And why did they get rid of watercourse inspector, Bruce Woodcock? A lovely man, you know what I mean? And it used to be kept pristine, then we were doing properly. But that is the kind of thing you're up against. All things like that. And I'll tell you what, one for you, Miss Jenkins MP up there. Up near Capri Restaurant, there's a huge grill, what we do. We used to do that sometimes 3 times in one day. It gets that bad. And do you know what? Throw stuff on side. I says it comes up that much water. I says it blocks all grill. Well, so I said, look, we've got to take some away some point. So I did a risk assessment and a method statement, and I can show you it, where I could park the truck where traffic lights are, safely up road, did a proper risk assessment, and basically, when they let me odd time, I used to get all crap, put it on truck and take it to tip. Because if you don't, all it's going to do, it just comes back in. So that's one for you, Miss Jenkins MP up that neck of woods. They're not bothered. There's so much neglect. You won't believe it. It's so bad. But that at Stanley, the likelihood it might not needed to happen. The likelihood is that all crap will have just gone back in, blocked the grill up, and then at other end, at colder end, it won't have got away because nobody cleans it. They pass book then, but 10 years I did it, so, and then no, you're not doing it. They were cutting things back, write these names there, Nick Fogarty, Paul Madison, and then their superior, Graham West, we're just cutting things down. And then they'll say to you, oh, we do our best for you with flooding. No, they don't do their best. They don't do fuck all the best, I can tell you that. I know, because it was me who did it. Me who tried to save people's properties. Me who were all us out there. Do you know what, sometimes I'd go out and lend people at middle at night generators and pumps and that, because council won't do all like that. I used to do it with me out of my own pocket, honestly. And now when they got rid of me, it's even got worse. They've got contractors who basically come in and absolute charge. It costs a fortune now more. Work don't really get done, and you're all at risk. There's lots at risk. And as I said, watch your videos, because it's not just these. There's lots of other places going to come on. But yeah, so 2007 it sets off well, and it's only because I was making, asking them, do this, do that, you need to do this. I even, after 2007 floods, I did it personally, I walked every single dike within Wakefield district, all 5 towns. And I did, honestly, logging everything, and I walked everyone personally, waders and everything. So, I know there's nothing I didn't know about flooding in Wakefield district. But when they were cutting it back, You know, they just cut it back at people's, with safety at people. And then you get that box, don't you? Every pound's under review. They spend grands on their friends on sites. They rob people spending on that. And then, tell you what, keep watching because I haven't got around to yet with it. Shove this 50 grand in your bank. Hide this, hide that. I haven't got to that yet. But you know, with flooding, a lot of you out there, you need to be worried. I tell you that, worried. And all they'll tell you is, well, we have a team go out on that. No. It's set up, we used to do it properly, and there were a lot more on that list, but we used to do it properly. And as I said, they cut it back. Isn't it stupid and that to just clean a grill, not bother with what's in dike really, and then when it rains all that washes down to the grill and blocks it, and then basically when you do it once a month, throw it on side and hope that somebody picks it up. How stupid's that? But that's what you're up against. So when they tell you about flooding and you can't, well, we couldn't do out and, you know, Calder were up and that's loaded, honestly. Sometimes it is the case, Calder can be so high, you know, but a lot of times it's just sheer neglect. So if anybody up Stanley's had a flood problem, which I know you have, you want to have a good look at this, a damn good look. And as I said, you can see with that letter, I wrote to them, I told them about it, you know. So, Chief Executive who's put children's lives at risk, it's not just children, it's anybody. She don't give a toss, I'm not kidding. But you won't dislodge her, she will go, she's got to go. And as I said, MPs, you know, rapid response team, MPs. But yeah, so, you know a bit more now about Stanley, don't you? And as I said, that flood story is what they were supposed to do in that open. Well, there's a piping way. You know, no kidding. You don't get to know half. You don't get to know half. There's a lot, as I said, there's lots more sites and there's more going to come up all over the district. But I'm just basically, I just want to tell you a bit about how it worked with flooding, you know what I mean? What thing is. So basically once a month, somebody's supposed to go around and just check drills and that's it. There's no maintenance at dikes really, you know, like there used to be. Get out with dig and make them work properly and all that. None of that. Well, if somebody rings up, we'll have a look at it. All right. What, at 3 in the morning when somebody's flooding up Stanley and the car's stuck in water? What? Oh yeah, we'll have a look tomorrow. We'll get somebody out to have a look tomorrow. Honestly, I'm not kidding. And your property's up there that's flooded. I mean, can I say that flood storage area would have stopped you from flooding? No, I can't say that for 100%. But why even consider the doing one? It was considered because it would have alleviated some flooding. It was merely not done because there's a pipe there, we don't want to spend that kind of money. I'd sooner spend it on my mate and that, and up a couple of $100 grand on my mate and that and cover it up. Innit? They've done all sorts, I'm not kidding. They've done it. Hold on a minute. Tell you, 30, can anybody see that? 37.6. My temperature goes up all the time. I'm not kidding, it's stress of this. Absolute stress, but things to do with flooding, I'm going on with this a bit like, because people need to know, you know, what these thieving, corrupt people have done, you know. And they know about it, as I said, I mean, that letter was posted March last year, you know, or whenever, but so even Chief Executive knows about it. They all got this, and if you see, it's addressed to her and others, and Graham West and people like that. They've decimated it, you know. And then when you have a big flood again, oh. But yeah. So after 2007, I got topside in it. I made some good suggestions to keep maintenance and everything. All gone. And it got worse. You know, when I stopped them shopping at Arco and spending thousands of your money, taxpayers' money, it got worse then. It was like, cut work down and that. I thought they were hurting me. But all they hurt was public, you know what I mean, that people who work for me. But they're not bothered. Don't ever think they're bothered about you at Wakefield Council. Don't ever think that. I can tell you all stuff about flooding and I'm going to tell you lots more. You need to know. You really need to know. It's what it is. There's also, as I said, mountain of stuff to tell you good people, a mountain, but they just don't do no really to alleviate flooding. So don't listen to what they tell you. And you're going to get that on phone and that. It's Yorkshire Water who deal with that, but first thing you want to say, well, can you tell me why you did it for 10 years and all of a sudden they stopped? We found out it want us to do it. Do you know, for the sake of just doing that, it could have stopped flooding. I'll be honest with you on that. Do you know when they stopped it at first? I also make out that I didn't know, because they stopped it on that list, you know, on there. But I went down for a bit after that, but, you know. And I think final thing was, it was that bad, it was blocked up that bad, and I rung them, and they says, don't touch it, it's Yorkshire Water. But I thought, that's the wrong attitude, innit, that? Let me just have a 2 seconds here, hold on. Yeah, we used to, well, if you look on Stanley one, you'll see Line Pit Lane, and second one up, Water Lane. It used to be down Water Lane and all that, I don't know if, can you see it there? I'll just show you it again there, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You see it? So yeah, they stopped all sorts, you know what I mean? Probably might not have flooded as bad that day, yeah. And as I say, I've a mass more to tell you. That in Wakefield Park, it was like another lake being made in Wakefield Park. It was there years. You know, just water, it was like it. But they couldn't even sort it, they're idiots. The bone-eyed idiots who don't know what they're doing at all. I even had to go sort that, you know, get rid of water there. And I had to beg them, and this is true I had to beg them to do certain things on there so water went. And I cured it like, but you won't believe it. There's so much to tell you. But, I mean, you might watch these videos and you tell me if that Merran McCrae shouldn't be out and a lot more. It's ridiculous, you know. I mean, I tell you some pretty bad things and that. I mean, with flooding side of things, it's naughty, isn't it, you know. Absolutely nasty. Right, it was just a short one, that just to tell you. So I hope you at Stanley understand a bit what I've tried to tell you. And in general, everybody at Wakefield District and that near water courses, and you know, if you've had aught to do with flooding, you might understand now. Yeah, get rid of water course inspector. Get rid of him and that. We all want. Do you know what they all moan about? Oh, I could do it going up a grade with ways. You could do it going down 3 fucking grades, all of you. You're not worth nothing. They would never, ever get a job on a proper site, you know, outside account. Never. And everybody will say that. They wouldn't even stand a chance on a proper site. They're imbeciles. Idle imbeciles who don't know how to make things work. I tell you what, it's got a lot worse since I went, but anyway, you can understand, you know why they want rid of me anyway, don't you? But they have no clue about out, you know, and then when it got back in, you're trying to tell them that, no, not listening to you, no, Nick said no, Paul said no, I've got to go through Graham West. You're nasty, that Graham West, I'll tell you about him. So anyway, I'm going to come, I'll be back on tomorrow, day after, as I said. Because there's that much, you know, it's all over. But I'm just trying to cover flooding in general. And this is what I say about MPs. I'm just telling you that, aren't I? And this is what I say with MPs. Shouldn't all 4 MPs be concerned about that? Do you know what they usually do? Like McCrae did when it were at Agbury. Oh, look, put my picture in paper. I'm out here with people. Well, I'm giving you advance warning now, all MPs, when it floods and somebody rings you up and says I've flooded. I'm giving you advance warning to set at council. Why have you cut back on this? Why do you get rid of water course inspector? How come you don't take diggers down dikes now and clean them properly? Why did you stop lads cleaning dikes and that and just let them clean drills? Why did you reduce that list? You know, ask all them questions because they need answers.